This lecture will explain the concepts of mood and figure for standard form categorical syllogisms. The mood of a standard form categorical syllogism can be found by reading off the types of statements in the argument in order. First the major premise, then the minor premise, and finally the conclusion. So this is why we need to put it in that order, because otherwise the mood won't match what it should be. So for example, some cats are not ugly animals. That's an O proposition. Some cats are not fuzzy animals. Also an O proposition. And the conclusion is, no fuzzy animals are ugly animals. That's an E proposition. So the mood of this standard form categorical syllogism is OOE. It's pretty simple. So once you've got your syllogism, your categorical syllogism arranged in the right order, once you have it in standard form, then you can just read the mood off. Figure. There are exactly 4 possible arrangements of the 3 terms in a standard form categorical syllogism. These possible arrangements are known as the figure of the syllogism. So it can either be middle term premise, then middle term, major term, minor term, middle term, so forth. All of these 3 combinations. The example at the bottom is an example of figure 3. So what is the point of this mood and this figure? Why do we care? By specifying the mood and figure of a syllogism, we can specify the unique form of that standard form categorical syllogism. So, for example, if you have a syllogism of the mood and figure AAA1, that's all small animals are cute animals. So we have all M are P, all S are M, and all S are P is the conclusion. That's AAA1. In other words, every syllogism with the same mood and figure has the exact same form. So this means that I can just specify a mood and figure, and you'll know exactly, you can figure out exactly what argument form I'm talking about. And this was very useful to medieval logicians who basically just memorized all the different forms. So there are 256 distinct standard form categorical syllogisms, but only 15 of them are valid. So what the medieval logicians would do is they would memorize which ones were valid and which ones weren't. I'm not going to make you do that. We're going to have another method for determining. We can actually determine using a diagram whether a given form is valid or not. I'm also not going to make you memorize the figures, okay? You do need to memorize what mood is all about and be able to just identify the mood of any given standard form categorical syllogism. That's pretty easy. As soon as you have memorized what types of statements are which you'll need to do anyway, then once you've got it in the right order, you can just read off the mood. But the figures are hard to memorize. They don't straightforwardly make sense. You can't just look at them and go, oh, that's number 3, that totally makes sense. So it's really not worth memorizing. So, feel free to look that up at any point when you need that information, including on exams. Of course, exams are always open books, so you can look it up. It's not a big deal.